Michael Cohen to accuse Trump of racism and criminal conduct. President Donald Trump's convicted former lawyer Michael Cohen is expected to accuse him of criminal conduct during a hearing on Capitol Hill. Speaking on Wednesday to a House of Representatives panel, Cohen will allege possible tax fraud and racist language by Mr. Trump, say U.S. media. The White House has questioned why lawmakers invited someone who has pleaded guilty to lying to Congress. Cohen was sentenced to 3 years and will begin his custodial term in May. The attorney began 3 consecutive days of testimony on Tuesday in a closed-doors hearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee. His Wednesday testimony to the House Oversight Committee will be public. Cohen, 52, was convicted last year by New York federal prosecutors of campaign finance violations and tax evasion and by special counsel Robert Mueller of lying to Congress about Trump Organization plans in Moscow. Mr. Mueller is nearing the end of a 21-month Justice Department investigation into alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 elections, which both Mr. Trump and Russia have denied. At his December sentencing, Cohen, a former Trump loyalist, blamed his misdeeds on a blind loyalty to Mr. Trump. Ahead of the hearings, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders called Cohen a disgraced felon, saying it was laughable that anyone would take a convicted liar like Cohen at his word. Mrs. Sanders' statement added it was pathetic to see him given yet another opportunity to spread his lies before Congress. Video.
I think the president has to be very concerned.
He directed me to make the payments.
I would not worry about the legal fallout from that.
Is Donald Trump in legal jeopardy?
Thank you very much.
The first way Donald Trump could be in trouble relates to payments his former personal lawyer Michael Cohen made to porn star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal.
He directed me to become involved in these matters.
I never directed him to do anything wrong. Whatever he did on his own. He's a lawyer. This is an area of law where ignorance is in fact a defense. There's not many areas of law like this. This is one. So if Donald Trump did not understand that the law prohibited the actions he was directing Cohen to take, that's the defense of it from a criminal charge.
It's perfectly legal for a private individual to pay their lawyer or direct their lawyer to pay an individual hush money to keep an affair quiet. The notion that the President of the United States committed a campaign finance violation, in my opinion, is prosecutorial overreach.
And there's another area of potential concern relating to a plan to build a Trump Tower in Moscow, something that never happened in the end.
There would be nothing wrong if I did do it. I was running my business while I was campaigning.
Michael Cohen says he was in touch with Russian officials about the project, including Vladimir Putin's spokesperson. And he says that Donald Trump was kept up to date with developments on this well into the campaign.
A private businessman is allowed to engage in negotiations with Russians, with Estonians, with folks from Denmark.
The closer that prosecutors draw to the question of Russian influence and dealings with Russia, the more concern it has to be to the president.
Where is the collusion?
The notion that the president colluded with Russia or did something improper here, I think, is ludicrous on its face.
Collusion is sort of an offhand way to describe a lot of different criminal conduct, but whether there was a conspiracy to defraud the United States, whether there was some sort of bribery, all of those are sort of within the umbrella of what the special counsel is investigating.
So, is Donald Trump in legal jeopardy?
I think the president has to be very concerned. Irrespective of his potential criminal liability, he certainly has serious political concerns.
But oftentimes in politics, the political reality is what you see. And what we see here is a president who is under a ethical and political, if not legal, trial.
The Wall Street Journal reported a person familiar with the matter as saying Cohen would provide evidence of criminal conduct since Mr. Trump became president that involved a hush money payment to conceal an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. The lawyer will accuse Mr. Trump of being directly involved in efforts to conceal the alleged affair weeks before the 2016 election, according to U.S. media. The president has denied having the affair, or that he told Cohen to pay off Ms. Daniels. Cohen will also offer insight into his experience working for the president for over a decade and detailing his lies, racism and cheating, according to the Journal. He is expected to offer financial documents showing possible tax fraud by Mr. Trump, which may give Congress further incentive to press the president for his tax returns. The president's former right-hand man will also describe racist remarks from Mr. Trump during their private conversations. The Journal reports Cohen will accuse the president of questioning the intelligence of African Americans and their lifestyle choices. CBS News reported a source as saying the racist language allegedly used by the president is chilling. The lawyer will also offer explanations to lawmakers about why he lied to them about the Trump Organization's plans to build a tower in Moscow. Democrat Elijah Cummings, chair of the Oversight Committee, said last week lawmakers will question Cohen about Mr. Trump's possible conflicts of interest and finances. Republicans, meanwhile, have highlighted Cohen's unreliability. In an op-ed in USA Today on Tuesday, Republican Representatives Jim Jordan of Ohio and Mark Meadows of North Carolina called the hearing a partisan circus meant to destroy Trump.